Hello dear health and mindfulness family. I have a question for you today and an honest answer is required. Does your body like processed food? Most people don't care for their body, but when faced with the consequences of their actions they look for someone to put the blame on. Today, you will take control of your actions as this is the only way you can improve your health. If you had an opportunity to own just one house in your lifetime, how would you take care of it? Your body is the house that accommodates your spirit and soul. If anything happens to it, it is gone for good. Now before I go any further, I want to acknowledge the lovely people that take time to like and subscribe to my channel. Your kindness is much appreciated. For those who haven't liked and subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Show some love. This information is free and a lot of time was put into research. All you need to do is hit the like and subscribe button, so you can be among the first people to get new videos. Now, back to the matter at hand. How can you care for your body which serve as a house for you? Think. The answer is simple but at the same time difficult to implement. The first thing to do is cut down processed food. A lot of you don't like this, even I don't like the sound of that either, but this is one of the most important steps to living a healthy life. Majority of the diseases and health issues we have today is as a result of ultra-processed food. Another question for you. Do you want to eat processed food and be sick because you can't discipline yourself enough? Or do you want to eat right and live healthy into your old age? Processed foods are made with a lot of ingredients such as sugar, salt, artificial additives, fat, etc. Many of which are directly linked to cardiometabolic disease. They go through a lot of physical and chemical processes that changes the dynamic of the food. You're made to believe they are safe, healthy and convenient, but in reality, these foods are slowly killing you. It is true that processed foods are cheaper, tastier and convenient especially for those with busy schedule, but research shows that this food is killing us slowly. My question is, what is it going to be? Processed food equals sickness or healthy food equals sound health? There is always a trade-off. It's up to you to choose what you want today. The rate of people suffering from cardiovascular disease has increased over the years as a result of increase in ultra-processed food. Back in the 50s and 60s when people ate healthier and exercised frequently there was less health issues compared to what we have now. According to Schroer, Bernard, et al., author of Ultra-Processed Food Intake and Risk of Cardiovascular Disease, several compounds of ultra-processed foods that are neoformed during processing could play a role in cardiovascular health. They also stated that, acrolein, a compound formed during the heating of fat and that can be found in caramel candies, might be associated with an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. This shows the damage you do to your body every time you eat processed food. You may not see the effect now, but sooner or later you begin to see the damage and changes in your body and health. Research shows that highly processed food is associated with cardiovascular diseases, gastrointestinal disorders, metabolic syndrome, obesity, weight gain, hypertension, and risk of cancer. Like that is not enough, refined sugar and dietary fats which are found in ultra-processed foods is suggested still based on studies as potential risk factors for the development of inflammatory bowel disease. Narula, Neeraj, et al., author of Association of Ultra-Processed Food Intake with Risk of Inflammatory Bowel Disease, states that the pathophysiology of inflammatory bowel disease is related to the intestinal mucosal immune system in response to dysbiosis of the gastrointestinal tract in genetically susceptible people. They also said, diet alters the microbiome and modifies the intestinal immune response and so could play a role in the pathogenesis of inflammatory bowel disease. Now, enough of all these research and grammar. Can you see what we do to ourselves whenever we eat processed food? Whenever you eat that burger, caramel candies, ice cream, you name it, you are inviting trouble into your home. That is your body. So, the question to you is, does your body like ultra-processed food? Are you willing to sacrifice your health for easy, tasty and unhealthy food? Do you want to spend your time and money going to the hospital for something you could have avoided if only you stayed away from processed food? Research show that many countries have increased their intake of ultra-processed foods and this could have a negative effect on people, both young and old. The good news is, all the adverse effect caused by processed foods can be avoided if you modify your diet. According to the World Cancer Research Fund, American Institution for Cancer Research, about a third of the most common neoplasms could be avoided by changing lifestyle and dietary habits in developed countries. It all boils down to diet. To stay healthy you have to eat healthy. Avoid processed food as much as you can or reduce it to the barest minimum. There are a few countries where people live the longest, for example Japan, Spain, Singapore, Switzerland, to name a few. One thing that is synonymous with these people is their diet and lifestyle. The first step to change is to recognize what you're doing wrong and correcting it. That said, I have come to the end of this video. If you find this video interesting, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe button for more update. If you have ideas or information to share, leave your comment below.